So we're trying to figure out seat position here, and we have just some vice grips holding the base in place, and then we have these zip ties on this side too. And then, so we're going to do something to fill in this gap here later, but we need to create this support across the top to just probably hang whatever we end up doing to fill in this gap here. And we've got this little jog of about an inch that between the seat frame and the post that's supporting the basket. It's just pushed out a little bit from the frame of the seat. So we've got, it's going to be a little bit of an interesting cut to do and require probably quite a bit of fine tuning to get that all fit up there. But that's what we're up to. Alright, so I'm using up the last of this chunk of scrap, and basically I've just been mirror imaging all the cuts that I made for the other side. So I've just been lining it up and just marking and then flip them both in the same way so that each side is just mirror imaged, and we're going to roll like that. Alright, so I got the other bar fitted up and got them both clamped into place, and everything looks pretty good. So the next step is going to be to take it all apart and grind down all the spots where we're going to weld, and then clamp it all back up and start tacking stuff together. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. Alright, so everything looks about the same, but if you look close, the spots that we're going to weld, we got all the surfaces ground down, and yeah, everything clamped back into place, and going to make a couple more last checks just to make everything as nice and square, and then start tacking stuff together. Alright, so we got all these pieces tacked together now, and things actually starting to look like a shopping cart again, which is nice to see. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. So I think our next step here is going to be to cut off the tops of these tubes to make them level with this piece here, so then we can just cap them and make it look pretty smooth. There's still going to be this little bit of a transition here to make room for, if you look down in there, you can't really see it because of the focus, but the little piece of round bar that comes across the top of the shopping cart here and then curves up to hook into those slots there. So we got to make sure that we leave enough height in that tube so that there's room for that piece there. But yeah, we place these bars so that if we just cut flat across the surface there, that should be fine. So yeah, I think that's our next step here. So I ground down the tops of these two tubes here on these three sides, just this side here, this side here, and this side here. And I left this one up taller. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can cut down this piece of material and just have it fit there like a cap. And then I'll weld up the sides and I'll finish it off by grinding it all down smooth, just so that we get a nice smooth bar all the way across the top there, and it'll just make it look better. Alright, got our little tabs made here, and just gonna put them up on there like that. Alright, time to tack these in place. So that's basically where we finished off with the frame so far. I just ended up tacking these tabs on here, so when we come back and finish weld the whole frame up later, I'll make sure to grind those down and it'll look like it's all one piece, so that'll be cool. And for now, I think we're going to move on to building a steering wheel and getting a better idea of how all our steering system's going to work. So yeah. Frame looks good, seat came out nice, and I really like the shopping cart look that we've got going on here.